Hello everyone, this is N.K. Sagar from the Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Bhopal. So welcome you all. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the machining process. This is the topic under the subject manufacturing technology. And this lecture has been designed especially for the BTech students who are doing their graduation under the Rajiv Gandhi Pradhyogik Vidyalaya Bhopal, RGP Bhopal. So let us start. Yes, what is machining or what is metal cutting? Also, it is called metal removal process. How to define the machining process? Yes, machining process means metal removal process. This process removes unwanted excess material from the workpiece, also known as preformed or blank. Yes, machining is the metal removal process, and this process we remove the excess material from the workpiece that is our preformed or blank, so that we can require the proper shape and size of the product, and also we get the surface finish of the produced product. This process is known as machining process. Ultimately, in the machining process, uh, with the help of machine and cutting tool, we remove the unwanted material from the workpiece and we get the proper shape and size of the object as per our requirement. This process is known as machining process. This process is also known as value addition process. Now, what do you mean by value addition process? Because before applying the machining processes, right, what is the value of the object? What is the value of the workpiece? Very less, right? But when we applied some machining processes on that workpiece, and after applying the machining processes, right, the value of the product has been increased. So that's why it is also known as value addition process. The unwanted material is progressively removed from the blank in the form of chips due to have relative motion between cutting tool and the workpiece. Yes, how the excess material and the unwanted material is removed. This is removed in the form of chips and with the help of cutting tool. That is a relative motion with respect to the workpiece. Yes, workpiece means workpiece refers to the parent matter from which the unwanted material is removed in the form of chips. The basic elements of the machining processes are workpiece, cutting tool, and chip. These are the basic elements involved in the machining process. Now, let us understand this process with the help of this diagram. Yes. Now, you can see in this diagram, there is a workpiece and there is a cutting tool. Cutting tool makes the contact with the workpiece. And in this process, the workpiece is stationary and cutting tool is in motion. So this diagram shows the machining process, and in this process you can see the number of parameters are involved, and with the help of these parameters the analysis of machining process is carried out. So in this diagram there is a contact between the cutting tool and the workpiece, and when the cutting tool advances into the material, so the material in front of the tip of the cutting tool will compress and starts to uh, deform plastically along the shear plane. So AB is the shear plane, and this is the chip, and this is the cutting tool. These are the different parameters. Alpha is the rack angle, I is the shear angle, gamma is the relief angle, T is the uncut chip thickness, and TC is the chip after cut. Yes. So let us define one by one. What is a right angle? What is shear angle? What is relief angle? Right. T is untouched chip thickness. Untouched chip thickness means this is the untouched chip thickness. T is the chip thickness after cut. Lip angle or wedge angle. This is the angle between the right surface to the bottom surface of the cutting tool. This is known as lip angle. The bottom part of the cutting tool, bottom part or bottom surface of the cutting tool is known as flank. The top part, top surface is known as rack surface. This is rack surface. And rack angle, this is the angle between the rack surface and a normal to the rack surface is known as rack angle denoted by alpha. And this rack angle may be negative and positive both. Before cutting the material, this is the thickness, how much material we have to remove with the help of cutting tool. And after removal in the form of chips, this is the thickness of the chips. This is the tool. Yes. Now the process, how the machining process is carried out. So you have seen in the diagram, tool makes contact with the workpiece. Then cutting tool and workpiece are being in relative motion, and the workpiece is stationary and tool is in motion. Then it will adjust the pressure of material will compress near the tip of the tool. What deformation takes place here? So shear type deformation will take place in the metal. It starts moving upward along the top face of the tool. As the tool advances, material ahead of it is sheared continuously along a plane called a shear plane. The shear plane is actually a narrow jaw. That's size is 0.025 mm, and it extends from the cutting edge of the tool to the surface of the workpiece. The surface along which the chip moves upward is called rack surface, and the opposite surface of the tool is known as plane. Yes, we have seen in the diagram the top surface of the cutting tool on which the unwanted material moves flows in the form of chips is known as rack surface, and the opposite surface of it is known as plane. The angle between the rack surface and the normal is known as rack angle, which may be positive or negative. Angle between the flange and the horizontal incident surface is known as clearance angle or relief. This is the diagram that we have discussed, right? Now we have to you have observed that in the machining process, what input we have considered. So in the form of input we have considered, we have taken a workpiece or preformed or blank on which we have to apply some machining process. So in second, we have selected a cutting tool with respect to the material of the workpiece. Then a worker or employee is required to run the machine to make the successful operations. And number four, measuring instruments are also required. With the help of measuring instruments, proper marking has been done so that proper size we can get after the machining process. Then machine tool. Yes, machine tool is required. So for this operation, maybe the lathe machine or milling machine or planing machine or saber machine, etc. And last, we need a relative motion between cutting tool and the workpiece. Okay, so we have given six input. Now, what will be the output? What we have got? The output is finished product along with the chips. We will get the finished product as well as the chips. That is the unwanted material. Here is the output of the machining process. So, thank you very much, and we meet again in the next lecture. Okay, take care.